Hello friends, I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to show you what I call wall watercolor. I saw a few of this online, and then my team, one of my teammate Barb, share many of them. So I'm going to show you what I came up with. Here's a few one. So you can do it as well as you want or less while. So today I'm going to show you with the stamp set. I call it Ronald McDonald House. That was one of them a few years ago for supporting Ronald McDonald's House. Sprinkle of Life. So I'm using the basket there. And artistically Asian. It's going to be this one. See, it's look all in the wall. So first thing we want to do is to start on a piece of watercolor paper. And another video that's going to follow this here, it's on regular paper, but it's going to be the same technique for this card. I think you can see the window and the floating butterfly. So that's going to come up in a few days. So stay tuned for that. So I'm going to start with a piece that measure 3 3/4 by 3. And we're going to start with the basket with a crumb cake. I'm sorry, not crumb cake, but soft suede. I forgot the main color for the basket. And I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to stamp that right here. And now I don't use my aqua painter for that. Usually I use aqua painter. And for this one, I'm using a regular paintbrush. And the reason why, and you see I get a paper towel, I want a little bit more control and of my brush, my water, and more very fine tip. So what I'm going to do is just add a bit, mix this color here a little bit. So I start, it's crumb cake here. And I'm just going to mix that a bit, darker on the side, lighter in the center. Now I can go back. I had the dot there, and I can see it, it's on my stamp. Here we go. But you know what, a little extra dot won't matter. Now I'm going to use my crumb cake here. Soft suede, I'm sorry. I started with soft suede, I'm sorry. And some of it I did crumb cake, so you can play as much as you want with it. Here I'm going to add some of the crumb cake. Here we go. I want darker on the side. Here we go. Now I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And after it dry, I'm going to come back though, and we're going to stamp it again. But in the meantime, we're going to do a little bit of shadow in the bottom. So you can squeeze your ink pad, open this up, and I need my, here we go. And we're going to do a little bit of shadow. Let me wet this first. It's going to be better. See? Going to just add a bit of water. It's going to blend better. Now I'm going to go get some. This is smoky slate. Not sure if I say it or not. So we're going to do a bit of shadow. And I want more shadow on the right side. And it looked kind of funny in the bottom of the basket. Don't worry, we're going to come back there. We're going to leave this that way. And really it can be a little bit lighter here. Okay, let's leave that like that for now. Now we're going to do another layer of stamping. It's better if you let it dry a bit, but here we go. Right on top. And now I get more of the shadow and the coloration there. I see right on the side it's a little bit too white here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of color there. And let me add a bit more. Here we go. So you can play as much as you want with it, as little as you want. It's all up to you. I want more a defined line at the top there. Here we go. And really, I still want darker in that corner there. Here we go. Okay, so now we got our basket. Now it's time, I'm going to rinse this here, to add a mask on top of this. So what I done, I used a piece of sticky note, did the basket again, and cut it out. And now we will cover this on top. This is called masking. Now we're going to use the stamp set with Old Olive. And really, I don't want the bottom there, so I just going to stamp on the side here. Even if it go on top, I got my absorber here that I don't want any of this side that my ink went there. If that happens, you can always clean it like this. And then the bottom, it's good. Now we're going to stamp this right at the top, lift it up, move it a bit, stamp again and again. So you see, it's all kind of a mess, right? And now you can do as much as you want or as little, but usually if you think, should I add more, it's time to stop. So now I'm gonna wet my pencil. I'm gonna move that, you can see in the picture there. And now I'm gonna remove this. Oh, make sure your hands are clean. I get a little bit there. I'm just going to wash this in my background. See, you can wash that. It won't. It's just going to give a bit of shadow. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of water on my brush. Come here. Do just little strokes. See? Very little stroke. And again. And if you get too much water, just dab it down and come. Sometime when your brush it stand up, the water going to go down and then you get too much water in. So I'm just going to go, just mix that green a bit. And you see here I get like a loose leaf or a loose thing there. I'm just going to wash that completely. I don't want that there. I'm going to tap that away. So you can wet it and just tap it. It's going to get that. Because I want those filigree or this to stay in the basket. I don't want them to. This one, I don't want them in the wall. Like these here, that wouldn't matter if I get quite a bit on the side because in the bottom. This was a high tie for the grass at the bottom. This one I wanted just plain. So that looked pretty good here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do our flowers. I went a bit straight, so I want to have it so it looks like it's blowing. The windows are open, whatever, it's the wind it's blowing. I'm going to put a little bit more green here because it's more green at the bottom than on the top. Here we go. Now we're going to leave that there. I get Melon Mumbo. I'm going to keep my green open. And I get Rich Raspberry. So now I'm going to dip this again. Remove a bit. And now where I get my flowers, it was green. But don't worry about that. Now you're going to come and just tap a little bit. And you're going to add some flowers too at where you don't even have flowers. Just add a bit of pink. So I just do little drop. Too much water. Dab it again. Take it off. You just want barely touch your paper. You barely touch it. Now I'm going to come with the Rich Raspberry. That's very dark, so you want to be very gentle. Somebody is cleaning out there, doing the yard work, so if you hear the sound, it's okay. Here we go. See, so you can fuss as much as you want or as little as you want. It's no right and wrong. See here, I didn't even have flowers, but I decided to add some. So just barely. So that's why I don't like my aqua painter for this technique, because I just want a fine tip brush that I can control a little bit more, and I don't have no water coming down. See, on every little one, I just barely touch it. Now I'm going to come back with more pink. So I just mix between the rich raspberry and the melon mumbo. Switch that a little bit. I think I need more flowers right in the center here. And some of the purple here. And now my brush, it's almost too dry. So if that happened, then I'm going to wipe a bit, come here, and then come and get more. So you just have to play with how much water. And if it look droopy, like all wet and that's okay, because it's a watercolor, a wild watercolor. Here we go. I think that's pretty good. So one more thing that I want to do, it is in my shadow, I want to add some green in my shadow. I'm going to bring this, rinse my brush. And here, I'm going to add a little bit of the green. Okay, we're going to wet this again. Here we go. This is it, my friend, how to do the wild watercolor. I think it is so pretty. You can always come to with a bit of water and go on top of some of the green there, so it's more like a wash. So it's depend what the look that you're going for. It is no right and wrong. So one thing that I'm going to say, sometimes it's better to leave it just alone and then come back and see if you want to add stuff, because if you get it too wet, then it's just going to do a blob of whatever color it's going to do. So here it is, and here was my finished card. See, this one I get more green, this one I get less. So it's no right and wrong. And here's the wild one in the middle, I call it. And here it's umbrella stuck in the, get dropped or pushed by the wind. So I've been practicing with this, and I absolutely love this technique. So hope this inspires you to play with your watercolor. And well, it's not watercolor, it's ink really, and you use it on watercolor paper. This is it. All the supplies going to be listed on my blog above in the high. It's going to bring you right there in the icon, the circle there, or below you get the link to go at my blog. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye bye for now.